used to be on.
Wait, try it now.
Hello.
There we go.
Jesus.
Because somebody, I think the towel,
Oh.
lowered your mic.
Oh, there you go. I was just I was just putting that thing on the.
Ah,
That's why I put it there so it doesn't scrape.
oh, there you go.
Hello, and now welcome to the 83rd episode of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
And together we will talk about change.
Change. Yeah. We should really learn the lyrics to the songs we're trying to sing.
Time may change me.
I don't even know what that
I can't
is.
change time. It's the song from Shrek.
Nope.
Sure it
I
is.
think you just made it up.
It's church changes.
Okay, good.
And yeah, in collaboration with 21 Draw.
21 Draw.
So if you want to up your artistic superpowers, you go on ahead to 21-draw.com and do awesomely on their tutorials.
Yes, give them monies and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or just go over to the Insta and the 21 Draw.
Oh, yeah. And also, talking about just like...
Insta.
No. Just fucking
21 Draw.
like Sketchbook Heroes. Fuck everything else. The event, someone called in sick from the event that we had like in end of February.
Ages ago.
Yeah, ages ago. And it was end of January or February?
End of January.
Yeah, that was the one. And someone wrote on Facebook like, "Oh, I'm sick. I can't make it. Anybody want to buy my ticket?" And then Max just reminded us today because I totally forgot.
I didn't even know.
It was super funny. We laughed. We had laughs.
That's awesome.
Har, har, har. And with that said, let's intro, bitches.
Yes, intro, bitch.
Intro, bitch. Intro, bitches. They're amazing. Gonna drive pollution down to zero. They are the planet side. Lyrics in time. Let's move on.
I just made pollution with my mouth.
Ew.
That's what we do every Monday.
Let's go.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
Okay, and we're back.
And we're back.
So,
Hello.
how have you been, buddy?
I've been good.
Every time I
think.
say that, it's just like,
Hey, buddy.
hey, buddy.
How you been, buddy?
I feel like the guy from The Room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. I didn't know that whole scene was green screen.
Oh, shit.
When he walks up on the roof.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, never paid. Like, you can't pay attention to the background.
No. But yeah, so it's actually pretty well made because you don't really notice it until you know it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but fun fact.
Cool.
But I've been good. I've been very busy. I've been bouncing around because for people out there, you don't know, we don't, you don't know that we haven't recorded for 2 weeks
Yeah.
due to, well, illness and worky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been up to is one tattoo convention in Trollhättan, pretty close to Gothenburg, and also been away on a snowboard weekend retreat with Anna. Really, pretty much just, hurting my body for a full weekend. It was great. But I can talk more about the stuffs later. How are you doing, man? Because you are...
Yeah, since you did that much stuff, it feels like you just took my energy as well because I was sick for the whole fucking week.
Dude,
like
I needed
stomach
it.
flu. I did nothing. I did the exact opposite. Like except of the like uncontrollable vomiting, like I did nothing.
That's the only thing we had in common, I think. Mine not due to illness, though. Yeah.
Holy shit.
No. But you're feeling okay now, though.
Yeah, dude. Like, except for this being the first day back in the real world, like actually walking and using my body to like move around,
Actually function. Yeah.
exactly, doing normal stuff. Yeah, this is the first day. So, like, I've been up since 4 this morning, and it's not 4 anymore. It's like
7 something. Yeah.
Yep, 7 p.m. and yeah, not feeling great.
No.
But I have coffee and a headache.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and I'm also, because I did so much, I think now I'm feeling sort of the backside of that, and yeah, I can feel like in my nose getting like stuffy. I think you can hear it too. Like
Nah, I don't hear it.
I can hear myself sounding sicker.
And also, since Anna pointed out that we used to say like, "Oh, I'm so tired."
I'm so tired.
Yeah, I just can't say it anymore. It's just, it's just like, it's fine. I got coffee and a headache.
Yeah. We're doing great. So good. So good. But I am doing pretty good. Yeah. In general, I feel really good. But I can just talk quickly about the tattoo convention, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
Which one was this?
this was a brand new convention.
Oh, shit.
So it's the first time, not the convention in itself. I think it was the 16th year or something. So it's an established convention, but it's very like fancy. I just bit my own tongue right
So
there.
it's new for you, basically. Is that what you
Yeah,
meant?
it's brand new for me. So it's
Cool.
the first time I went to this convention. I've heard about it from a lot of people. My master told me it was like the best convention he's ever been in. Like, to me, it was just another convention, really. It didn't feel all that super special. And here's like the big negative with this one in regards to the other ones. So I don't know if you know, but a normal convention is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
3 days. You pay roughly like 4,000 crowns or $400 for a stall or a
Like a
just-
spot.
yeah.
Like
and so, but that means you have 3 days to make that money plus everything else goes sort of into your pocket and taxes and whatever. But with this convention, it was the first time I think they only did 2 days instead of 3.
What?
And it was only Friday, Saturday, not Sunday. So, first of all, like, well, that's pretty much 10,000 crowns-ish that I'm not making because of one
the
full day lost.
Lost, yeah.
So that sucked. The admission to get into the actual convention was like 350, 400 crowns.
No.
So
You had to
already the
pay,
people...
even if you paid to have a stall there?
No, we didn't. But people, like, I mean, general
okay, yeah, okay,
people,
okay,
like
yeah.
people coming to get tattooed
Yeah.
had to pay like 400 crowns for just 1 day to get in. So that's already like half of a tattoo
Yeah,
just to get in. And then normally prices can be a little bit more pricey at a convention because people have, traveled
Expenses,
yeah, exactly. It's like extra expenses that you need to recuperate before you can sort of lower your prices. And nobody really lowers the prices.
Yeah, of course.
So, but with that said, it was still a really good convention. So the plus side here was that it felt like people had really researched the artists and knew who to go to because so everybody who came to me wanted geotrash or wanted something from my flashbook, like my drawings for tattoos. And that's never happened at a convention.
That is pretty sweet, though.
That's-
like that you have that little audience
Exactly.
that just comes to your booth.
Exactly. That was really like a sort of a good pat on the back that like, yeah, your style is picking up. People want this more and more. So that felt really great. On the way over, we drove over. I got fully booked over the Saturday, just in the car over, which was also really cool because I hadn't really advertised that I was going there any. So that was great. And then I had pretty much, worked the whole Friday as well. So I made money, not super loads of money, but still made enough to cover the convention and like buy Anna a nice dinner. And then just good, hang around time with the boys from the shop and, It was, yeah.
Did you
all
meet
in all.
any like new people there as well?
A few new guys, but didn't have that much time to socialize because I was working from opening to closing always.
Did you like, were the people from Stockholm that you tattooed? Were they people from like everywhere? You know, like
Iceland.
what?
Two
That's
people-
awesome. That is fucking awesome.
A mother and daughter from Iceland. That the daughter had seen my style and wanted something from me, and just dragged her mom along, and her mom also wanted some geotrash stuff. So
Of course,
that was,
Mom.
That was really
Awesome.
cool. So shout out to Iceland. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce your names, so I'm not
Blah
gonna...
blah. David's daughter and
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
Tori's daughter. You're good.
Yeah. But even the walk-ins were like into the style. So thank you everybody who came and got hurt by me at the convention. It was great. And thanks to Huckleberry again for a great convention. Like we always have a great time when we hang around, you know. Not as much partying this event though. Like normally we try to go out and socialize a bit, but everybody was just so tired and
Yeah.
beat. So yeah. But after that I needed like 1 or 2 days to recuperate. Then I only worked 1 day, and then off to Åre, which is like one of the bigger ski resorts that we have in Sweden. To just snowboard and chill out for a couple of days with Anna. Really nice. We'd rented so they had a big cabin that was split into 4 apartments, and we had one of them just to
the
ourselves.
view looked awesome, dude.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like a view out over the lake, mountains everywhere, snow. Great. Like the weather was perfect. Apparently it'd been shit all week until we got there. And then the sun came out. It got a little bit warmer. It just snowed the whole night before we went out skiing. It was perfect. So good. But I haven't snowboarded for like 20 years. And this is no joke. I counted. Like, I think I was 14, 15 the last time I stood on a snowboard. I'm turning 36 this year.
Boom.
There you go. Like, it's been a long ass time. But it was really good. Like
In your butt, right? Because of the
Yes,
fucking
yes.
pain the day after. You don't expect that, and
Exactly,
you're like,
yeah.
oh shit.
after the fucking comes the pain. That's
Yep.
how we say it. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Just in case we didn't offend anybody
yeah,
today.
exactly. No, we said bitch a couple of times in the beginning.
Yeah, we did. No, I fell a lot, and just snowboarding. Like I am so untrained that my body just broke down. Like I think Anna wanted to murder me after half the first day because I was just bitching and moaning and bitching all weekend because it hurt so bad. Like you know, I normally pride myself at being the guy that I shut up about it and like don't complain all that much. But nowadays I complain about every little fucking
Apparently.
thing. Yes.
Yeah, just-
But this was horrible. Like my legs were just pure mjölksyra. I don't know what do you call it? Acid? Something?
lactic acid.
Lactic acid. Yeah. So my legs were just dead. So whenever I tried to just turn,
There
my
was, like,
legs gave up.
nothing, yeah.
It was just like, I didn't
Fuck,
have
that
legs
is
anymore.
terrible. Yeah.
And I just became a snowball down the hill, like just tumbling.
Sorry to all the children I killed.
Yeah.
On
Literally.
the kid slope, you know? Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just kept going through the kids training thing.
Thank you for cushioning my fall.
Exactly. Thank you, kid. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're doing the world a favor.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah. And then obviously after ski, so parties, and then hung over for the whole Saturday plus destroyed in the body. That was also
Fuck.
great. Yeah, I didn't complain at all that day.
Just imagine. Poor
Yeah,
Anne.
I, like just halfway through the first ride down, I think I just had to stop and just stood in the hill. And Anna came up and was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Just shut the fuck up. I'm about to throw up.
No.
Like it's in my mouth. Just go away, please. Just leave me alone." And she just stood right there like a fucking flag post in the middle of the hill. Like couldn't move. And like if I try to make it to the forest, I'm gonna throw up.
Well,
If
why
I
didn't
try
you
to
go
down?
downhill like backwards so you could just it's snowboard, fuck it.
No, you can. You can.
can?
And
Oh, there
I
you go.
learned that day. That was
Okay.
good. But yeah,
That's
no
good.
throwing up, thankfully. But God, it was close so many times
I
too.
threw up for you, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It was more
Gotcha.
like me just sympathizing with you, I think. I'm like, dude, he's got it so bad at home.
It's perfect
Yeah.
for this episode as well.
But made it through, and it was a really, really awesome weekend. Like,
Mhm.
apart from me being totally destroyed, feels great doing some sort of activity again, because I've been a lazy fuck for 2.5, 3 years now.
Mhm.
So want to try and kind of keep that momentum going any way I can.
But
So-
you did something today.
Yes,
And it's sort of like on the topic of today.
kind of.
You made a change.
I did. This was
Didn't
something
you?
that I've never done. I mean, all of these things. So brand new convention,
Yeah.
change. The ski trip thing,
Mm-hmm.
only done the one with the school that
Yeah,
we've done.
that we went to.
Yeah. So I haven't been on like, multiple days of snowboarding or skiing. That was a change. And now today I rode a mountain bike in the forest.
Boom.
Change.
Change, bitch.
Changing. And that was really nice, actually. I think the only mistake I did was have music on, or like music with me. I should have been just listening to the quiet nature and stuff. Because the weather was great. It was warm today.
Mhm.
It was really hard work. I thought I was just gonna like chill out on a bike.
Yeah.
No. The first hill again, it was just like being back in the ski slope. I just wanted to kill myself again. And Anna put me up to it again, of course. So it's Anna's bike. Obviously, I don't have a mountain bike and I don't train, so I stole hers and I gave it to a poor gypsy woman on my way back. So just so you know, Anna, in case you're looking for your bike, go find the jibbos.
Oh my god. Okay, if we didn't offend anyone up till now, you're welcome.
Yeah, sorry, that was improv. I tend to hurt people emotionally when I improvise, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry, jibbos.
You can't cut this out. I should have talked like why you said that.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
should
cut
have.
it out. Like said something smart.
But yeah, that's pretty much been all the change that I've been up to.
Yeah.
What about you and change and
Change.
stuff?
Well, I haven't thrown up in a while, so that was a big change for
Good
me.
change.
Good
I'm
change.
liking it.
Good change. So on today's topic, it's basically just like challenging yourself to doing new things, like not getting stuck in your old ways and then doing what Robert did this week and complain like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like make changes, and they don't have to be big changes, like
You can still complain like a
you
little
can
bitch.
still complain.
It's okay.
Like the thing is, I think it's okay to complain if you do something like why, like you're gonna make a change. Like I think as long as you don't get stuck in that rut and just keep complaining and then sort of like lose your humor about it, and then you just like this, like you're just like arguing, like just like complaining. You get so fucking like, oh man, people that just. They get stuck in their way, and then they're like, oh, this fucking job I've been doing for fucking 14 years. I was like, yeah, you should have moved on like 14 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So don't get stuck in, like if you don't have kids and are not paying to like support a family and everything, there really isn't anything else holding you back. Like just earn your rent and then do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I lived like alone, my rent wasn't high, like but my income wasn't that great either. It was enough to pay rent though and pay some of the other bills that I had, my phone. And then I fucking, like I shared noodles with Nico. Like I didn't fucking matter. Like we just put ketchup on everything, like Robert mentioned like ages ago. And we just fucking had a good time. You know what I mean? I was never at home. We were just like always out doing something. Now I should have put some of that time drawing, but I was a moron. But I was trying stuff out.
Yeah.
So
We were doing flips and acrobatic stuff.
exactly.
A lot of that stuff.
And I think it's super important to just like don't get stuck in your way of just like complaining about things you don't like and then not doing anything to change sort of like where you are
Exactly. It's up to you to change whatever the fuck you're complaining about. So, at some point you have to stop complaining and just do something about it. I am the best at procrastinating. Like that is my superpower if I ever had any, which I think Anna can really back me up on. Because I never do shit unless I really, really have to.
But I'm the same, and my wife is like on a different gear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fuck, man. She just like,
Dial to 11.
yeah, and I'm just like, you know, like second gear. I'm just like starting.
Just getting in there. Oh, yeah. We're warming up.
Yeah.
We're rolling now.
That's basically it. I'm just like second gear and then like playing with the radio rather than just speeding up and just getting there.
Yeah, me too. And I'm like adjusting the seats.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really comfortable yet.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Not.
Is the heater on?
Yeah, exactly. Is it cold outside?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go outside
Let's
and see. Yeah, let's just check all the lights before we go. You know, yeah. Anything that I can do that's not the thing I have to do.
Same.
That's me. It's horrible. But, you know, when I have to really do stuff, I do stuff too.
No, same.
You know,
Same.
I can always, like, pick myself up. But if I don't have to do anything, yeah, forget about it.
And I want days where I don't have to do, because
That's
I'm
it.
always out running and doing things. So sometimes, you know, you come home, you play with the kids a bit, blah, blah, blah. And then when you finally just like, you just want to sit down, there's like a ton of dishes. And if I don't do them, my wife is just going to be there doing them. And then I'm going to sit on the couch and just like,
Yeah, exactly.
okay,
Yeah.
fuck it.
And
And
you
then I
feel
just
like
go
shit.
there. Yeah. And then I go there and she's like, no, I'll just do it since I'm here. And I'm like, no, I'll just do it. You can go do something that I can't see. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, exactly.
I'll do this like obvious shit because I can't see some stuff that she does that like my mind won't go there.
No,
So I'm
same.
just like, why don't you go do the invisible stuff that I can't see and just let me do it? And she's like, no, I just have, and I have to like take them out of her hands and then just like shove her away a bit. Just like friendly, not that, you know, domestic violence kind of shove.
Unless she comes back.
And she comes back.
Yeah,
No.
if she comes back for more, that bitch is going down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry.
No. That's not my relationship. But
Yeah,
more
we-
on that later.
Exactly. No, we joke about domestic violence, but we only hurt each other.
Exactly, with high fives in the face.
Yes.
With a chair. But no, I really have to sort of like, because it makes me feel so bad. It's like, oh, honey, I want to play video games on Saturday. And she's like, yeah, do it. And then she's like, and you're like there, like loading your game, and you're like, motherfucker.
Guilt trip.
Yeah.
Guilt trip. Oh my God.
And the thing is, she doesn't do it. She said, because we sort of like, okay, I'm going to like, the kids are out with friends, blah, blah, blah. And then if she has nothing to do and she's not photographing or doing anything, she'll do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, because that's how her brain works. And I still get, it's still a guilt trip for me,
Yeah, of course
even though
it
she
is.
doesn't intend it, like,
No.
to be. She's just like, okay, I have some time, I'll just do
No,
this.
she
and then-
definitely intends it. They can say that as much as they want, because I'm in the same fucking thing.
No, fuck.
Seriously.
Yeah. And I need her out. Like, if I'm going to do shit like that, I'm just like, why don't you take your camera? Go buy yourself a coffee and go out in nature. And that's just to get rid of her.
Oh, yeah.
Because if she cleans around me, I just can't play video games, you know, because that shit is annoying.
Yeah.
But change, right?
Yeah, change.
So change your wife.
Change your wife, happy life. No?
Old Chinese proverb. Yeah.
No, I'm
So-
not changing anything. Anna stays.
But for example, I think just something I learned like later in life, because I was a bit worried that I wasn't finishing things. You know, like I didn't give work a chance, like certain employments that I had. Like I worked there for a short while.
Yeah.
And then like school or like education or studies, whatever I've been doing, I've always sort of like moved on and just like, oh, I'll jump on this thing and then jump on this thing. And something that I've learned now is, I think, now that my career is a bit more clear on at least certain aspects,
Yeah.
especially the jobs that I'm hired to do, that are like, you know, like, what do you call them? Like 9 to 5s, basically.
Yeah.
Those have given me the clarity to like, I should focus on like these things and then try to sort of like learn what I need. And then, you know, as soon as I, for example, oh shit, I'm losing myself here just thinking about it. But basically, the time that I spent at King, it was good up to a certain point. And then I just like, I was so fucking stressed and burned out that I just, like needed a change.
Yeah.
Scary as fuck when you've just bought a house and you have kids and all that.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But it was like the best fucking thing.
Because it worked out. Because you took that chance.
Yeah,
you took
of
that
course,
risk,
of course.
you know?
But it could have been, like shit.
But it would have worked out anyways.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It
saying.
has a
Like,
tendency
even if
to do
it
it.
doesn't work out, like if that job isn't that great, I could have just taken another job,
Like
make sure that
a
you...
less fancy one, but you would have still
Yeah,
made
definitely.
money and
Yeah,
given
yeah.
you a little bit of more time to reevaluate things and find that new thing that you wanted to do, or maybe
Yeah.
even try some new shit that you didn't even want or
didn't
think
know,
about.
maybe.
Yeah. And that's the best thing about putting yourself in those types of situations,
Yeah.
I think, and really when you get forced into a situation that, like, for example, you start working at McDonald's or some shit like that. That's going to give you opportunities, maybe, that would have
definitely. I think so,
never,
too.
ever been in your way if you just stayed on that track that you're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important because it is going to widen your way of thinking, and you're going to meet new people, and that's going to lead to different things and new friends and relationships or whatever it's going to be. It's going to take you along the road of your life anyways. Like,
And I think it's going to make you a more interesting person as well.
definitely.
Like, imagine us starting to work at McDonald's now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say this shit doesn't pan out.
yeah.
Like, I'm not getting a job fast enough, and I'll have to take, like a normal job, because my job isn't a normal job. There's not a lot of people that do the things that we do,
No, it's a specialized field.
It is, because a lot of people, like, I live in this world, so it's, for me, it's very clear. But when I talk to people on my wife's side, for example,
They sit there with their mouths open like,
no, but the thing is, they're like, oh, but how do you draw? Like, do you draw on paper and then just scan it? And you're like, what?
But I mean, that's it. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
like that old way of seeing it, because it's normal for me.
Exactly.
And I think that the way that I see the industry and the way that we do work, that's not clear to anyone else that
No,
isn't
no.
like doing, or pursuing what we're doing.
It'd be the same if we talked to like a doctor or a lawyer or something, something that we have no idea about at all.
Yeah.
It'd be the exact same thing. Because for them, that's their job, and they do that every single day. But when they talk to us and they're like, what, you draw
Yeah.
in the computer? Like, I thought you drew on paper. Like, it makes total sense.
Yeah. But it's, oh man,
It's so
it's
cool.
it's so strange. It's like a different culture,
It really is.
It's basically that. Like, oh, they eat dogs? Aren't they pets? And it's basically the same mentality when it comes to art. Like, oh, you draw on the computer. Ugh.
You're cheating.
And it feels like it's the same reaction. Like,
Yeah.
I eat dogs, or like I draw digitally, and they're like, ugh. I don't know which is worse.
I've never tried dogs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. One day.
Traditional dogs are better than digital dogs.
That was the worst joke
Fuck
in
you.
Sketchbook Heroes history, I
Fuck
think.
you. Your
Even-
face is the best, worst joke. God damn it, motherfucker.
I'm just going to cut out worst.
Yeah, worse. Yeah, I was thinking, God damn it, he's the one editing.
Yeah.
I'll edit this podcast, don't worry. I'll take this episode.
So, yeah. So, change.
No, but I think it's so fucking important. Like, don't worry so much, especially if you don't have, like, I think even if you have kids, make sure to always save some cash.
Yeah, if
So
you
that
can,
yes,
for sure.
so that you can actually fuck up,
Yeah.
or like try things, not like bet on number 5 or something
No.
like that, but just like stay afloat.
Exactly. Be smart about it. Don't be like us.
I'm looking for something else right now, like to do with my social channels, like same thing, like drawing, like it's basically the same, but I don't know if I want to pursue that ink stuff anymore, or like, or
Okay.
if I should just like take a break from it and just do something else.
I think so. Like, that's what
And
I...
I just don't know what to
do.
do right now. I need I need to pivot like towards like a new direction or something. Just
Maybe just go back to the iPad for a little bit. Do like...
But I'm tired of that as well. That's the
But
thing. Like, it's
that's
the
what I
same
wanted to
thing.
say, to try something new with the iPad.
So
like
I'm
maybe a
thinking-
new style, or I don't know, maybe just draw something that you wouldn't normally...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want to go back to like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just really don't know what to do right now, art-wise. And it's not that I'm like, when I draw, like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not an art block, but it's just like I need change.
Yeah.
I need something new to do. I need to find this thing that I want to pursue. And the thing is, I would do it now if I had a computer at home, you know, like, because I want to sit and do, you know, like After Effects stuff and just like trying to find
Something really different.
some different stuff, yeah. And I'm gonna get to do that at work, so it's fine. But I just want to go into it more ready.
Yeah,
So I want to
exactly.
focus a bit on work now. I don't know if that's the direction I'm gonna go with. And I've totally sort of like let go of my social media right now. Like I
Yeah.
haven't done shit.
Yeah, same.
And I don't know. I feel that I don't want to waste too much time on Instagram when it keeps changing, you know. Like I'll post there. Like it's not a problem. I'll do the same sort of thing that I've done. But I'm not going to like stay on the platform. Like I'll do stories, you know, and just like right now I just feel like I need to figure out the craft before the social stuff. And I guess one big change right now is that I've been using my phone so much less.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And it's kind of hard to go back to social media because it's so liberating not to.
I've started hating my phone, really. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
when I look at it, I don't get anxiety, but it's just like I feel a little bit of a disgust, or like a bad taste in my mouth. Like, that's how bad it's become with, I really hate all the bullshit that comes with social media and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And with that said, I have a little extra thing. Yeah, my Gmail got hacked.
Yeah, that's so weird though.
Yeah, it just happened, I think, over the weekend. So because I was
Well,
away,
that's change.
that is
Someone
change.
else owns
Yes,
your account.
There
now,
you
so-
go. There you go. It's really scary too. Like, because you hear about it every once in a while, but actually,
What's your password? Password.
it actually happened. My password is go fuck yourself. All caps. Of
All
course,
caps, yeah.
yes. No, so because we were away, I didn't really touch my phone at all. And then we came back home Sunday and wanted to just watch Netflix. And all of a sudden, I'm logged out of Netflix. And I try to log in, and my email isn't registered at Netflix. It's not an account.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
So, okay, that's interesting. And then I look at the phone and I see like, oh, Google warning, security, blah, 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 blah. Like you get those all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But this one was really like, I think it was a new login from Malaysia.
Ah, yes, Malaysia.
Malaysia. So, yeah, I called up Netflix and like, hey, somebody's like stolen my email, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, happens all the time. Oh, yeah, no, I can see it here. Like, they're using it right now. We're just going to go ahead and block them, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, he fixed it for me, changed everything. And, well,
Change. Good.
Change.
It's the best.
No, I was going to sing the Dawson's Creek soundtrack when you were talking because you did the whole, I don't want to change my Instagram, blah, blah, something. You said something there and it was perfect for like the whole, I don't want to wait for my life to be over. Yeah, it was just that. But you kept on mumbling. Sorry.
Boom,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Blocked.
Yeah, song block.
Song block.
But yeah, so that was really scary. So everybody, don't
Change your password.
change your passwords.
Change.
Yes. Stay on topic.
We've never been so on point.
This is it. Tying back into it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting, but
I
I
don't
had
remember
to,
anything.
had to get it out. You're not into your Instagram that much.
yeah.
I'm not into the phones that much.
No, but
my phone
I
got
was
hacked.
gonna say something about that as well. Like
Mhm.
I think because first I was like so tired of Instagram and just like angry at it. You know, like I tell everyone not to be because it's a fucking machine that does that stuff.
Exactly.
But I think once that sort of like that anger sort of settles, as long as you're not like still angry at it, but when that resides, like that frustration, you start like thinking clearly again. And I think like that's what has helped me with social media over time, like that frustration. And then like, okay, am I gonna let this like random like zeros and ones like frustrate me, or am I just gonna like behave differently with like how I like. Am I gonna put all my eggs in the Instagram basket? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And no, never. So that's why you should all go to Alias Padlist. No, just kidding. But I'm just saying that there are more ways to, be seen. And
Yeah.
right now, I think LinkedIn for me has been the best outlet.
Nice.
And they still have algorithms and all that
of
shit.
course.
But
it's all the same
but
in the end.
Yeah. But I just mean that it doesn't feel as limiting as Instagram does right now, at least. And it's a different, like, it's like people in the work field, that are watching my stuff there as well. So I'm just trying to see, like, Instagram, I'll have it as a sort of, like, live portfolio, where I have some of my personal stuff that isn't digital, maybe, and a bit more, like, bits out of my life, because I don't use Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook posts whatever I post on Instagram, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm just thinking that I'm just going to use it, but like a light version of it, like I'm not going to be there all the time. But I'm still, like, when I post, I'm going to treat it like I've always done, like community building and just, like, talking to, all of you that pay attention.
Yeah.
And then just for the rest of the time, I'm not going to care because it's so fucking liberating
It is. It
not
is.
being stuck there. Like, I really enjoy when it goes well as well.
Of
But
course.
I can't invest that much time all the time on
It's so much energy
Instagram.
wasted.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So I'm just going to, like, use the hashtags like I do, like the same ones. I don't care about the algorithm anymore.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm just like, since October from last year, I've been using basically the same hashtags plus some specific ones. And, like, I don't want to change that. Like, I don't care if the algorithm blocks me for that. But I'm just going to keep doing that because it is the easiest way for me to use social media without it taking up shit ton of time. Like, oh, you have to use new hashtags. But these are relevant. Like, It's not
Exactly.
like I'm using, like, I don't know, like model or, like outfit of the day. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not using hashtags that are irrelevant.
No.
I'm just using, like the normal ones, like the drawing, illustration, art. And then I have, Sketchbook Heroes because that's
Sketchbook
us.
Heroes.
Yeah. And also I have, my own name and just like some specific ones and then the tools I use and whatever else. And I'm never going to like change that. Like I see like if they're going to block content for that reason or limit the reach, I don't care.
No.
Like fuck it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. So I think social media is important, but if you're only spending time on social media instead of drawing or doing what you love,
Exactly.
then you're using social media the wrong way.
Yeah. And that's what we've been pushing for this
Like
whole year,
always,
pretty
yeah.
much. Or, yeah, always, really. Yeah. And I've reached that point as well,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just, again, like you said, it's just so liberating not having to focus on that shit
Yeah.
or having that in the back of your head all the time. Like,
Yeah, like
you
I
should be
have
drawing
to,
because you
yeah.
have to post. Like,
No, fuck it.
yeah,
Like that hasn't been a thing
No.
because I really want to enjoy what I'm creating.
exactly. And I think that's probably, I mean, we're growing old, Ilias.
I think that's
yeah,
it as well.
we're getting tired.
Because I've seen Lothlenin do all these like fucking TikToks, and I don't know how you do it, girl. Like all the power to you, but I fucking Jesus, the energy.
yeah.
Just like
oh my God.
I like because it looks like you're just doing little videos, but I just can't imagine like how many retakes you do on some of those. Like just like no.
we helped her with one.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah,
you remember how many takes? That
Yeah.
was like
I think we did like 6 takes or something.
yeah, and
that was still shitty.
Shitty, yeah. And the ones you've done by yourself have been way better.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if it took 6 tries to do that shitty one, like
But yeah,
you're probably, and especially when you're doing them alone, I think that you're even more critical. Like
exactly.
so.
God,
no.
I wouldn't be able to watch that. Like
No.
me doing that shit. What
No.
is it? Is it mostly dancing or is
It's
it mostly
dancing.
miming?
It's miming. Yeah, and I think those are like the big 2
Okay.
that are like major.
I'm not on the tick or the talk. So.
But the tick and the talk, bro.
Not
I'm on
tick and the-
TikTok. Look me up. Same as everywhere. And I haven't logged in like 2 months.
There you go. Don't look him up.
I
Don't
care.
give him
Don't care.
the satisfaction.
I don't care. Go there and click your way to my Instagram. Then I'm happy. It's just like, but I already follow you there. Yes.
But you were just saying you don't give a shit about Instagram, Ilias. Go follow Instagram.
You should follow Instagram. I shouldn't be.
Exactly.
No.
Let me
But
be
yeah,
lazy.
something I was trying to say before I fucked up, before I said this thing about like not working at King.
We always fuck up. So what the fuck?
But
Yeah.
what I was trying to say as well is just like don't be afraid to make changes. Like if you're like reading a course and you've gotten what you need from that course, like be honest with yourself. Like if you like, I don't think we can be that honest when we're a bit younger. Like we haven't developed that honesty
No.
and that self-dialogue to like, because when I was younger, I just jumped because I was bored rather than I was done.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a bit older, like there's a certain amount of information or like there's knowledge that I want, and then the rest I don't want that. Like there's some stuff that, like for example, business. There's some stuff that I need, and then there's stuff that doesn't apply to what I do. Then why the fuck should I be doing that? You know what I mean? So I'll
Exactly.
take the parts that I need. At least I would say say it like this. I'll take the stuff that I'm like what do you call it? Susceptible to, or like that I'm like at this mental stage that I'm at.
Yeah. You're
Like,
open to it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
this-
I'm open
yeah.
to that information. Yeah, because there's like probably more information in there somewhere. You know, whatever it is you're doing.
I mean, you can
But
always
just-
gain from more knowledge in general, but I totally get what you mean.
Yeah, because when you listen to our stupid episodes, for example, there's just a finite amount of stuff that we've said that you're going to take to heart.
Exactly.
Like-
and only like a fraction of a percent of that shit that is actually useful information.
That lady that does that wrote to us on the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram page. That
hate
poster.
you guys. Please
die. Please.
Yeah, change.
No, but she said something. Which quote was it she took that we said? You know, the one that you gave feedback to about the. She wrote something that we said on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh
was
yeah. She did the.
Fuck. We should
I don't know what
remember.
that's called. It's like it's more of a graphic design type of
Yeah,
thing.
we said something on the
So she did a quote from us, and you know how you use sort of each word or each line of this thing in a different font and make it an interesting poster.
It's a typography thing,
Yeah.
but
It's a
yeah.
typography poster, really.
Yeah, I don't remember her name because holy shit,
It's
we have
been-
so many.
Yeah, it's been a few
Sorry.
few weeks, even a few months, I think,
Uh,
since I commented on that one.
Yeah, and
And I hope I didn't, because it was hard for me to, like,
no, but I think
in writing and giving feedback when it's somebody that's put a lot of effort into something. It's always daunting giving feedback, especially when I do it, because I could come across as a big ass douchebag a lot of the time, but I never am. So hopefully I didn't discourage you in any way, and it was just really, really awesome
why I
that you're
didn't find
fucking doing a poster with our a quote, like something we've said. Yeah, it's insane. Like,
oh, here it is.
You found it?
Yeah, always bed designs. Oh, always be designs on Instagram. But it was like the thing we said on the podcast was don't waste your time doing negative shit. Invest your time doing cool shit.
there you go.
There you go. And
Good quote.
good quote, us. But it is true.
Yeah.
And just like,
Yeah, so if you're doing that course, like Ilya said,
Yeah.
then, and you only want that good stuff, that's all you really need to do. Nobody's forcing you to do any more than you actually want to do, is what we're saying.
but just like, yeah, don't get stuck. Like, don't do a thing for 3 years to get a nugget. You know, like for example, I hear about people going to like art school, and I've changed my stance a bit on art school after talking to Andrea. It really is about what you put into it as well.
Of course.
But then sometimes, you know, like we're just not there mentally. So, like, no matter how much I want to be good at drawing, I just can't do it through art school.
No.
Then you shouldn't like be indebted for that. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the way I would say it now. But I'm just saying that let's say you're going to art school for 3 years, and you're just interested in animation, and that's just like one course on the second year.
Maybe not even one of the courses.
That's what I mean. Like, it might be just such a small thing, and you're not interested in any of the other stuff. And if you're not, because then you've sort of like somewhere in your head you've made that, you know, like I'm not, like you're not susceptible to the information that they're going to share with you, and then you're not going to put anything into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did that when we went to like when we were young.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to do any of the tasks. Like, why should I draw a fruit bowl? I don't want to draw buildings. I don't want to, because I was a little bitch. And I'm just saying that, like, if you're not ready to take that information, like through school or through a course that you're, you know, change, like do something else. Like, do something that you're ready to sort of like where you're at mentally at that moment to take in like that information. If you've already done like 2.5 years, you shouldn't drop out on the last 6.
No,
you know,
that's just not okay.
That's Robert's thing.
You
can't
thing.
steal Robert's
No,
thing.
no, please.
You have to finish.
Actually, Anna's thing too.
So shit.
So I could tell that one real quick. I think I already mentioned it, but in case you missed it, so Anna went to Australia and did finished her bachelor's degree was the plan.
Yeah.
In graphic design, but towards the end of her final semester or trimester or whatever it was called in Australia, she realized that she had everything that she wanted from that course, and everything that was left was just going to be a big waste of time.
Yeah,
so
I don't like that.
When she started school, I told her to, try to send out some emails to different companies and, just show them that you're out there. Like we've said in multiple episodes, just, make yourself visible to these companies. It doesn't matter if they say no or nothing or anything.
Doesn't matter.
Sometimes shit happens,
I think if you
in
play
a
the
good
numbers,
way.
just play the numbers.
So we were in Australia. We were having a great time. We were moving back home. We're having an even better time. Packing up the apartment. Had a worse time. And then we were finished with everything. Did a little stroll down Bondi Beach to say goodbye before we went to the airport. And who the fuck calls? Happy Socks. Congratulations, Anna. You have a job. Because she sent out her portfolio. She did
awesome.
the assignments.
Yeah.
And she was like, fuck it. I feel done with school anyway, so might as well start, applying for jobs. And I'm going back home. Happy Socks have their office in Stockholm. That's great. Yeah, I'll try applying there. It fucking worked.
Boom.
Not saying that Anna isn't really, really fucking awesome at what she does, because she is. She's really meant to do this stuff. I still don't understand how she sees design the way she does.
Mm-mm.
I don't get it.
I don't have that either. Like, I'm not that type of design person. Like, I can't. That's why I don't do logos.
Exactly.
Because in my head, that doesn't translate into anything.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like, okay, I need to put these letters somehow.
And that sort of ties back to my cringiness, I guess, in giving feedback to that poster or that quote thing. Because I'm not that type of artist.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see when it looks wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so difficult to
say what you could do. Yeah, I can tell you to pull back the things I don't like, that I can do. But I can't tell you you should put them like this and this because it'll look better. Because my mind doesn't go there.
And I've even gone to the schools and learned that stuff, but it still doesn't stick. It's not in my head. Like, I don't see it. Even working with that stuff at Lego as well. Like, of course, I know what's good or bad. But still, I don't have the confidence in myself with that stuff like I do if you showed me a portrait, for example, because that, I could comment the shit out of that.
Yeah.
But, with Anna, it's just like she knows. It's really impressive. But on the flip side of that, I tried to get her to do a portrait of me the other day, and she was like, "What, are you fucking crazy? I'm not going to do that. Like, that's just going to become, really fugly or whatever." Still want that portrait, Anna. So
I think you should do it.
Yeah, do it.
Just because.
Just
put a time on it.
Yes.
Time limit. That was the word.
Exactly. Change. Episode change.
Change.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know where that was going. It was not finishing school.
Yeah, not finishing school.
And
making a change.
But it worked out.
Taking a decision to not waste time.
Yeah.
Because I think the older you get, eventually you're going to notice that all this, if I think back to my, 18 to 27-ish, before I had kids, basically.
Yeah.
what the fuck did I do for 10 years? Motherfucker, I just wasted everything. I just like...
We're still waiting to find out, Elias.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I was just fucking... Like, I could be lying
You were
on the
just
couch.
fucking?
Yeah, that too. That was part of it, but that was not...
For 10 years, he was just fucking.
But I was just fucking... I was lying on the couch, and I remember like, oh, I have to go to the bank. Like, that was one thing. It takes like nothing.
Well, I'll do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was just
When
like,
my
and
schedule
I
opens
have
up.
to eat. Yeah. So does everyone else, dumb fuck. Like, oh man, I wasted so much time doing nothing.
That's my life right now, by the way. That's exactly my life. Like, just, again, like, I know I have to do this thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah.
Give it a year.
Exactly.
I'll grow into it. But it's so insane how you don't respect time. Like,
Yeah.
When you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's so weird with that
Yeah.
too, because I don't have any problem sitting and watching the worst, shittiest fucking movies for hours on end,
same.
all night long. I love it, but when I have to do something that's actually beneficial for me,
Yeah.
like the bank thing, you know,
Yeah.
I should open a new savings account and all that. Exactly. Yeah. No, no. I just put on another shitty movie and
I'm
watch
just-
that.
Yeah, because I'm just like, can I do this online?
Exactly.
I just don't want to.
Like if I can't do it through my phone now, it's too much of a hassle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll just stay in the couch. That's my safe zone. Yes.
Yeah, and and I think it's super important. Like, no matter what it is, you're gonna change. And when we say change, we don't mean like uproot your life and
No,
move.
no,
Like,
no, no,
for
no.
some, that'll be the right thing to do. But I think change can also be something that we said like a million years ago. You should not go back and listen to it. But just like, but just basically like make small, like little changes in your life. You know, like. Because some people, like, a change can be something super brave, you know, like it could be something major, even like a small change. Try to...
Genitals.
Exactly. Changing genitals. Thank you, Robert. That was exactly what I was...
That was a big change.
That was a big change. And
Gender is what I mean.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You don't go from a small penis to a big penis.
No.
That just doesn't make
That
sense.
doesn't happen.
No.
Trust me.
It never happens.
Never happens.
It's always small.
It's just like never. No, but seriously, just like make little changes. I love how we're like going from penises to just like change.
Life
But-
changing moments.
Yeah, but just make like take little sort of like steps of bravery. Just do small things. Just like I don't know what it could be for you. Like it depends.
Yeah, just start small and then work your way up
Yeah.
to the bigger changes. Yeah.
So if you have like a problem getting out of the house, then maybe just take a walk around the block could be a big change for you.
Exactly.
Where I would just like, what the fuck? It's just like a walk around the block. You know, like
Yeah.
you should still do it. If it's a big change for you, do that. You know, like do what works for you.
Exactly.
Don't compare your like change like, oh well, that person moved to Japan and then they moved to like US. Because I have an old colleague. She quit King, I think, just before me, and she moved to Japan to work with, you know, games or something.
Awesome.
And that didn't work out. And now she's like, I'm moving to California. I was like, what? Like, I've done...
Why not?
During
Yeah.
that time, I've done nothing except talk shit on this podcast. And and that's what I'm saying. Like, you shouldn't compare. Like, I'm not going to compare myself to her because she doesn't have kids. She doesn't have a house.
No,
you
no.
know, like, she didn't make that choice in her life. And I'm going to make changes that affect my life, you know, and you should do too. Like, no matter what it is, just like small changes, because it's going to open like new doors and I think widen your understanding of yourself, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
and maybe you'll figure out what the fuck you want to do, because you don't
Exactly.
really need to have it figured out.
No.
Like, I'm 35, is right?
Yeah,
35? Yeah, 35. Cool.
I keep
Yeah, because
questioning
I was
as
just
well.
like, I'm just like...
I said 36,
dude,
like
I
turning-
thought I was 36, and
Yeah.
then I counted, like, with my fingers from 84 and up, and I was like, no, this is the year I turned
This is the
36.
year.
This is the year when I
Yeah,
die.
yeah. Probably. Yep. But yeah, the small changes.
Yeah, small changes to just get you where you want to go, or just, like... Because if you don't make change, you're, like, I think... Let's say you haven't done anything different for the... Like,
The last 6 months.
yeah,
or
or
something.
or 5 years. Like, because some people, you know, like, you just go to work, to
Oh,
tired
yeah.
to do
Oh, yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you go home.
Yeah.
And this happens to anyone that's like between like 20 something to 30, you know, like and up.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if you've gotten into the workforce, whatever the fuck you're doing today, like swabbing floors, dishes, you know, like mailman, whatever it is.
Signing
like,
documents.
When you
or-
get home, yeah, exactly. Putting stamps on things.
That's all I see.
Yeah, whatever your job is, like, the likelihood is that you go home and Netflix is like, there's a high probability that's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that, and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't know what I want to do with my life. And it's fine not to know, but you're not going to figure it out by not changing things. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't quit your job, there's still things in your life you can change.
You
know
can
what
still
I mean?
apply for new jobs.
You can apply for
Yeah.
new jobs. You can, like, something I've always pushed for is going to events where people can meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not an asshole, it opens doors.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it might not open it for, like, tomorrow, but it might be a year from now. You might have established a connection with someone that's like, holy shit, dude, this thing happened. I want you to come work for us or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I'm
never
just
know.
saying that you need to make change. You need to, like, if you stay in your little bubble,
You're gonna stay in your.
you're going to stay in your bubble, yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what happens. And then you're going to view everyone else as weird when you're the one sort of getting
And
weirder.
that's also really interesting because a lot of that is mindset, and it's
Yeah.
you really projecting. And that's it. I'm speaking from my own experience here. Like, really, when you feel shitty
Yeah.
or bad, everybody you meet is gonna be an asshole.
Yeah.
Everything is gonna be shit. Like, you know, you're just gonna project your own insecurities and angers or whatever you want to call it out towards everybody else, and you're gonna blame everybody else for all the shit that's really just in your head. The next day you wake up and you have a good day. All of those same people are going to be really nice and really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And the ride to work is going to be great and you're going to be happy and the sun is shining. You're like,
Yeah,
fuck, it's such a good day today. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
And that's really, like, it's something that I am continuously working with. Just trying to always, you know, dial that thing up to the positive thing,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know, it's really hard sometimes. When you're in a dark place, it is dark.
Yeah.
But try to always just try to tweak that fucking knob up towards the positive if you can, you know? Even if it's just seeing like my water bottle, it's almost empty, but it's still not empty. Like, it's still got some water in there, you know? It's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just that, you know? Try to push it towards the positive if you are dealing with some of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And also just, you know, putting yourself out there, Elias. Yes, that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, but I really like that because I think something that I've noticed with me getting older is that I reflect on what I say or how I said something. Like, if I listen to the podcast and sometimes I'm just like, oh, I could have said that like this. Or if I had said it with this, like in this way, my point would have gotten across way better. And it's the same thing with, like, interactions with people. I wonder what would have happened if I talked to this person and said this instead.
Yeah.
Like, what would have been their reaction? Would they have been as, like, anti what I said
Yeah.
if I had said it like this instead?
Exactly.
And it's just, and I'm thinking that, I'm not thinking that they reacted poorly.
No.
I'm just thinking that maybe I did it wrong. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's not something that I suck. No, it's nothing like that. I don't care about that. Like, I'm going to make so many mistakes, and I think having kids taught me that I suck at basically everything. And there's no point in sort of, like, dwelling on it. Just like, what can I do to just, like, I think Rocky said it best. It's not how hard you can get hit. You know, you remember that quote?
Yeah. What is
It's-
it? It's
yeah.
about how many times you fall down and get up.
No,
again
it's
or
about how
something.
many hits you can take
Take-
and keep moving forward or
Yeah,
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah. And
Fuck, I should know this quote.
yeah, fuck, I read it today even. Like,
Oh,
I got
really?
it sent to me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to, like, have that on the gym. Like, it's a really good one because that's basically what it is. Like, life is going to, you're going to, like, either get punched in the face by yourself or life is going to kick you in the nuts. But what can you, like, do.
How can you make
yeah,
that into a good thing?
good thing? Yeah, and keep moving towards whatever the fuck you
Exactly.
want to achieve.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what you want to achieve, it's even more important that you just do shit.
Yeah.
You know, like keep making change, like in your life, like challenge yourself, like try all the things, and just like, because I think with that, like even if you do it sort of like blindly, like I'm just gonna go dance salsa and then I'm gonna go throw knives in the forest, and like I
yeah.
don't care. That's what
All
we did
stuff
as
I
kids.
want to do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna lead to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just putting yourself out there.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. 100%. 100%. I think if anything, this is the best message that we can put out there through this podcast. Just keep. See it as everything that you try a new thing is like a new treasure chest that you get. You know, it's such invaluable to get to try new things, and it. You know, we've talked about that a billion times before too. That it's going to lead you to the stuff that you like. You're going to know what you want to do thanks to all the stuff that you try.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's going to narrow your vision. You know, you're going to be able to focus a lot easier. The more stuff you get to try earlier on, you know, it's just total win. Even if it's scary, still try it. Put yourself out there and just go for it. And then if you don't like it, fair enough. Go back to your little safe cave and, you know, try to come up with something new.
Yeah.
But always move forward.
Yeah.
That's, you know, time is never stopping. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's always going to keep going. You're the only thing that stops. So
Yeah.
keep fucking pushing forward, man. That's, I think that's all we can say.
Yeah. I don't have that much more. I had one thing that you sort of triggered when you said that, but it's, again, something that is wrong with the way I think. It's like when I'm introduced to something new that I don't know, I'm negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, skiing. Because my wife, for example, wants to take us skiing next year, like,
Oh, really?
for the kids. And I'm just like, ugh, boring. That's why for the first thing I said, I didn't say it like that, but
yeah.
I just don't enjoy snow and cold.
No.
But I know I'm going to have fun. That's the thing. I'm that type of person. Like, if I'm there, I'm going to have so much fun. So there is no fucking point in me being negative.
No.
I just, like,
That's
bring
your
down...
own insecurities and maybe...
The thing is, it's not the insecurity of doing the thing. I'm just awesome at this stuff, no matter. Like, because the thing is, when I say I'm awesome at it, I don't mean that I'm a pro skier.
No, he's
I'm just
awesome
gonna-
at failing.
I'm just like, I'm going to just
He's
own
a
the
stuntman,
failing.
for fuck's sake.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm just going to do it and I'm going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
But it's the idea of having to prepare things to be able to go, you know, like buying winter clothes, you know, like proper for the weather.
I know,
and like all that.
there's so much work that goes into...
So boring.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. Like all the administrative sort of shit you have to do, and you have kids, so they need the same gear, you know, just like basic winter gear. They have their shit now, but I don't have any of that. And I don't want it because I'm never going to use it after. But the actual skiing, I'm probably going to have just as much fun as my kids, you know, like...
Oh, for sure.
It's like when we go to like, I hate going to bathhouses, you know, just swimming and shit, and just like all that stuff you have to do before and after, just like, ugh, could have just not done
I'm the
this.
same with traveling, really.
Yeah, but I love traveling. That is one thing I love.
I hate traveling, but I love going to new places.
I just hate buying the ticket. That's the only thing I
Really?
hate. Yeah, because it's like with kids and family and
yeah.
rooms and just like, oh my God, I just want to go there like I did with London. I just want to go there and then I'll fix it when I'm there.
Yeah.
But I can't do that with family. You know,
No,
we have nowhere to sleep. You kids sleep on the luggage and...
It's like, oh yeah, Dean is hungry now, and he's starting to get
exactly.
mopey and sad. Oh, we need to eat now.
That's why I love traveling on my own.
Yeah.
But as soon as I have to travel with people that have sort of like
Needs.
preferences and needs,
Yeah.
because I don't have that. I'll just walk around. Like I went from the plane and then I walked for 16 hours. Like I don't care. Like I think that's fun. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then I checked in at, at night, I just like, oh, here's a hotel. And then I just checked in, like standing outside the hotel and then just like booked a room and then went in and got my
cool.
key.
How cool is it that you could do that though?
That is so fucking awesome,
Yeah.
dude. I love that. And that's the way I like to do it. I like to not plan it, not have to buy gear
Same.
for it. Because I'm not fucking hiking in the mountains.
No.
I can't like die
Yeah.
by not having, you know, like the right jacket and the right pants.
Exactly.
And whatever else, like 5,000 other layers that I need to keep track of.
You don't need all that many
No,
layers.
no. I just mean like if you're gonna hike in the fucking forest or
Yeah.
mountains. But it's just that's what but I try to work on it. So now when we go to like bathhouses with the kids and just like swim around, I have so much fun with them. But it's just that like initial reaction that I have to fight.
Yeah.
Because I hate that about myself. Because I say hate, that's a thing. Oh, like, oh, I hate that. And my wife's like, I just see how her like plans, I just like ruin them by using the word hate because
Yeah.
I don't really hate it. I just don't like planning things
Yeah.
and then knowing that I have to do it tomorrow.
Same.
I'm rather just like, you push me off a plane and there's a swimming pool and then we're there. That's fine. But I just like the planning of things. Like, oh, we're going to go there. And then from there, we're going to go to Disneyland. And then from there, we're going to go to... No, that fucking gives me like the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. Like, it's just like... Ugh.
Yeah.
So work on yourself and then make change. You know, like, I think those two things. Go out there. Fuck shit up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then fuck your own shit up as well. Just like in your brain, try to change that stupid fucking way of thinking. Because
Yeah.
we all have those things, you know, where we just don't think about it.
That's it.
So lesson for like the future, just think about the way you react to things people say.
Exactly.
And then like adjust
Just a
a
little bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm making great progress. I've been fighting this fucking thing for ages. I'm way better, but I still suck.
I mean, we're still, old dogs. So, you know what they say, old dogs with the
Now that
the
comes
new
later.
tricks.
I'm awesome with the tricks. Fucking
I don't
hell.
know new tricks,
no.
Elias. I don't know those new tricks. Yeah. No, it's hard to break the comfort zone thing now, But no, I'm still putting myself out there as well. And again, mountain bike today. That was cool. That was really cool. I thought I was going to hate it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you think, and something to add to that, like that you think you're gonna hate it. I have stuff that I did as a kid that when I do it now, I'm just like, oh, I hated this as a kid. Love it, fucking love it. Like whatever it might be, and I just say that I hate it because I hated it when I was 16. I hated fucking peace when I was 6, and I did say that until I was like, I don't know, like older, like not super old, but still I was like 16. And then I had peas again and I was like, holy shit, peas are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I love just like boiling them up and then just adding butter and then just adding them to whatever the fuck I'm eating.
For me,
And-
just mashed potatoes with peas.
Oh yeah, that's awesome as well. Yeah. And it's just, you don't hate all that much. If you really think about it, it's just that you think you hate it. Like you put
It's easier to say it that way.
I think so as well, because it's some type of like self-preservation thing that you just like, you just like, you're not sure that you're going to have that much fun. So you just like, you give yourself an out sort of,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, you should be more of a yes man,
Well, but I think so.
Yeah.
Like, just like put yourself out there. Like, don't waste your time
No.
all the time, like just doing
Exactly.
stupid
I think
shit,
that
but-
is the key thing, really.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Like, put it to good use. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a fucking roller coaster. You ride that bitch, scream, laugh, cry, whatever it is, throw up a bit. Do that with your stomach and just, ride it out.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, like our rant about change, motherfuckers.
Changing.
Yeah, we don't know this.
yeah,
Fuck.
All right,
Make change, make
So, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. I like that.
Yeah.
Good bass. So I thought for this tool section, actually,
tools.
I have a message from the gallerists.
Garrelist.
I don't know what to call them, but Anna and T-Bone Thomas, who's doing our
What?
Sketchbook Hero.
Oh shit! Okay, that
gallery
thing.
thing.
Okay, now I'm back on.
Yes.
What is T-bone barebone?
So I can. I think I'll read the message from Anna and T-Bone, which I just named him now. Anybody with a T or a name starting with T is now T-Bone.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Boner.
Mr. T-Boner.
T-bono.
Why? And then we will post this on our social media stuff as well for anybody that misses it or doesn't see it, hear it. Fuck it. All right. So
Who fucks it?
yeah, I'm reading this sort of verbatim. So yeah, blame them if I'm saying something stupid. Hey, everybody. At the last Sketchbook Heroes event, me and Thomas, that is Anna writing now then, announced that we are putting together an exhibition as a thank you to our boys for creating the podcast and bringing us nerds together. We want to gather all sorts of artists and everything from cool sketches to prints and paintings. So all of that stuff is welcome. The focus is on just bringing the community together on this. So neither Anna or Thomas has much experiences in organizing stuff like this. So please be patient with them. And at the moment, they are looking for a location. And it's going to be in Stockholm because that's easier for, well, I guess the podcast in general. But just so everybody knows that Stockholm is the venue we are aiming for, someplace. So for this to take place, and if you have any tips, please just comment on the post or, write us, I guess. And that would be really, really appreciated. And feel free to reach out if you have any other tips or questions. But just as an update, we are still on planning basis. So they'll create a Facebook event further down the line and all of that stuff. So just stay put. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense to people. It's a lot of work to do something like this, especially when you are like Thomas, daddy, and like Anna dealing with me.
She's also a mother.
Yes,
A mother
pretty
woman.
much, even worse. But, having a full-time job and all of that
Yeah.
stuff, it does take time. So please be patient. The good thing about this, again, dialing it up to the positive here, is that you get more time to work on a new piece. So try to invest this time that you are getting from Anna and Thomas now to really come up with a great idea or multiple ideas if you want to have maybe a triptych or something, a few pieces that come together as one, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Art is what you
Art,
get to create. Maybe draw my portrait, Anna. But yeah, so that I think is the tools thing.
That's awesome.
And again, we are super fucking happy that Anna and Thomas did this for us or for you guys, really.
Yeah.
And I think, again, the proceeds are going to go to the podcast and whatever we can do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can help us just, pay for the stuff for a year, or we make a really cool event, or
just like reinvest in the next event or something like
or
that.
change.
Or change.
Or
Yeah.
change.
Can change seats.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add on that note? Anything that you've thought about in general?
I know a
about
venue. I was just like, there's this place that we record in that's a really good venue.
It's a miracle.
It's No, but I totally understand if she wants like another venue. But I love this place. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I have a place in mind.
I think, but it's a good backup.
No, it is a very good backup.
'Cause
Like in case it
definitely
doesn't
have
work
place.
out, yeah.
The
And
only
also
thing
if
is-
it's going to cost them anything, it's not worth it.
No, exactly. But very excited to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah.
We've already have a couple of people reach out and ask about the event. That's why they put together this little message for you guys. So yeah, just in general, super excited and happy to see what comes out of it.
Yeah, it would be cool if the art was Sketchbook Heroes themed, just
Yeah.
as because it's fun for us. Like when I think someone, I don't remember who it was now, like a couple of years ago, drew me and Robert riding a
T-Rex.
dinosaur. Yeah, a T-Rex.
Yes.
It was so fucking fun.
Ooh, that was the
And
best.
it's just like stuff like that. When you tag us on stuff that like, oh, listening to the Sketchbook Heroes in your stories or, in your art, like that we've inspired you somehow. Like when you tell us that as well, because usually we have the dialogue that we have is to each other aimed at you, but
Yeah.
it's just me and Robert in this room always. So
Yeah.
it basically feels like,
It's like we're talking to each other with the pretend friend.
with a pretend, exactly, with a pretend studio audience, and
Yes, exactly.
and
Yeah, that's actually good.
and it's so fucking weird because
is.
sometimes like, oh, what you said on that episode was so fucking good, and it's really helped me do this, and you're like, what?
What did I
Did
say?
I say in that episode?
Yeah.
Because it was 3 hours long, and
And it's pretty
And-
much all improvised. So
yeah, and when we say stupid shit, it's because it's just like if there was
it's
more
because
like,
we're stupid.
No, but I'm just saying that we're also alone in here. And
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
talk differently to your friends. It's like you grab them by the pussy, no, but it's like, I don't condone, like that shit.
No.
But it is basically that. You become a little more stupid because if there was an audience here for real, I think we
wouldn't-
would have
yeah, no.
cleaned up a bit and also talked a bit stiffer, at least in the beginning until you get comfortable.
And it would have been like forced jokes and shit
I
like
think
that.
so.
too.
I think so. And right now, it's basically like, this is a safe zone. And then you're like, bitch, motherfucker! And without being judged, like, oh, you guys just curse or you said something racist or, because anyone who's listened to the show for a long time knows sort of where we stand on all these things.
Exactly.
So we can sort of like,
Joke about a lot of things.
yeah, we can go very right and very left
Yeah.
very fast.
Exactly.
It's like
And we
moving
do.
target, can't get hit, bitches. and I think that is the beauty of what we do here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
It's like
The
vomit art.
unfiltered-
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Exactly. Unfiltered vomit art. That's exactly what it is. And with that said,
No, I have one more thing on tools.
oh really?
Yeah, I
Something good? No.
Yeah, I got invited to this super awesome school called Hyper Island.
Oh really?
So yeah, I'm gonna attend something, or like when this comes out, I will have attended
Oh,
the
it's-
thing. Yeah.
oh, really?
So it's next week.
Yeah.
I've been invited to something called don't remember, like Industry Forum or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's basically that I'm gonna go there with other people doing other shit, like other creative areas that are not art related, and like join in like some type of workshop and then some mingle and talking to some people there. I don't know. And I have no idea if I'm the right fit for this shit. And like I have no idea what to expect at this event.
Do you have to do anything? Like, are you obligated to?
Just do the workshop that they've set up, like have discussions around, like I don't know what. Like
But
that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
are you producing something or like
No,
actually
I'm
working?
not working. I was just invited to sort of like what we're gonna do is like have a workshop for like to bring out like a curriculum for like what they're going to be teaching there, like what could they focus on, that is, because Hyper Island doesn't have classes like, oh, we're going to do mathematics, A and B.
No,
like it's nothing like that. It's just like they get problems, and from like, let's say like a company comes in like, oh, we want this campaign for these new protein milk, and then the school comes up with how they could market it or what the packaging should look like, or what the like they just solve it.
Yeah.
Like basically, here's a problem that our company's struggling with, fix it.
Nice.
And that's what the kids do. They all have like different abilities, and they just fucking do the
Create
assignments. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
that's super cool. And
But that's so cool that you get to go there and actually help out.
Yes, and it's terrifying. I was gonna. My first instinct was like, yeah. Just like my first instinct was to say no. I was like, fuck, I can't put this off though. Like I can't. And I'm just like, okay, I'll go there. And if I can't contribute, I might have like learned something, you know?
Yeah.
So
If anything, you get to just maybe make some new contacts at Hyper as well.
That's what
I mean, it's...
I have that. That's like my contact at Hyper invited me.
I assumed.
Yeah,
But more.
yeah. But maybe there's someone else that might be, you know, worth talking to.
Yeah.
And I can get to learn a bit more about a future client.
That's awesome.
So we'll see.
Really cool, man.
But so terrified.
Yeah.
But so good. Yes. Change.
Oh, man.
Motherfucker.
That's awesome. So hopefully we get to hear about that
Yeah,
next
so I'll
episode.
talk about
then.
that, on the next episode and see how, like, if I fucked up entirely and just said, like, bitch, motherfucker, and they're like, get out.
Crickets.
Yeah. Oh, that is even worse. Like, I'd rather just be thrown out than, like, yeah. Oh, no. No. And
Super cool.
Sarah, I know that Sarah that sits here at the Underverket studio where we record this podcast that we never mention. Sorry, guys.
Everybody
no,
knows.
But Sarah works with them from like now and again, so she might be there.
Oh,
We'll see.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So at least you know somebody.
So I might know one person there
Well, that's good.
because all the students that I knew that went there, like Nick Shine and Prakash, and also Ricardo.
And Sato.
I don't think any. Oh, she went there.
Yep.
Holy shit! Had no idea. There you go.
Yeah.
Sat shoes on
Sat shoes.
Instagram. I don't know why I remember that.
I don't think it's such shoes anymore.
Oh,
but,
well.
Yeah.
I tried.
She used to
Fuck.
work with shoes. Now she
Yeah.
doesn't.
So it's just we'll see what happens. I'll get back to you on that.
That's awesome.
It's terrifying.
Yes. Good. And with that said, moving on.
Moving on. So now we have another 40 minutes to talk about things. No,
No.
one thing.
One thing.
But I was sick, so I saw a lot of things,
Yes.
or several seasons of things.
I haven't seen a lot of things, but then I caught up to a lot of things.
Yeah, but we shouldn't talk about those things.
No, we're
Let's
not gonna
save
talk
them
about-
for another retro.
Yeah. We can talk a little bit about a little things and then much about the one thing. And
No.
No.
Let's not talk about the things. Let's just do the one
We're doing
thing.
the one thing.
The one thing.
So,
So-
if you listen to the last episode, you should know that you had homework to do.
Exactly.
And which-
sons of bitches?
Which movie was the people supposed to watch?
Yeah, people.
Yeah, which movie was it?
Chirp, 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 chirp.
No, that's wrong.
chirp, chirp.
No more Blade Adam. No more fucking Blade Adam. Yeah. No. Chronicle. Chronicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Chronicle is the movie homework that you all got and that we watched today.
Today's. That's what
No.
I heard. That's what I heard when you said that. Like, today's.
Today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grown up.
So
We're only 35. We're young at heart. Fuck you.
we've earned this. But yeah, so the movie Chronicle from 2012. Yeah.
Directed by Trey.
No, what was it? Josh Trank.
Oh shit,
Josh
that was
Trank.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I thought, he made a movie that tanked, so it tranked.
Tranked.
So, in case you're wondering who the fuck that is, that's the guy who is the genius behind Fant4stick, or Fantastic Four, the latest one, with the guy from the new reboot of Footloose and
Cool.
some girl that I don't recognize from anything, and
Yeah.
then also Michael B. Jordan, who
Yeah.
was in Chronicle.
But let's not talk about that movie.
No, we're not doing
Let's go back to Chronicle.
We're going back to the good one.
Chronicle was also written by Max Landis. So he made the guy that we watched that talked about how they got their powers.
Yes.
So we're going to go into major spoiler
Major
territory. So if you
spoilers.
haven't seen this movie,
Pause.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. Please
So-
pause the podcast. Go watch the movie because it is really worth
It
a
is
watch.
really, yeah.
So
fuck,
much we
like-
can spoil at this point.
Yeah,
for sure.
fuck. It's just as good, if not better, than I remembered it
Yeah,
being.
yeah.
Holy shit, it was good.
And this is not just nostalgia talking, really,
No.
because I really looked at this movie through a more analytical,
right? Like
Yeah.
how they built it up, like
and it was
from
really
the get-go.
good.
Yeah.
It's a simple movie, and that's what makes it work so fucking good.
And I think like a lot of the stuff we mentioned on Blade, and I think talking about movies in general when we talk about special effects, is how they could have just like not shown it, and your mind would have filled in the gaps, sort of like instead of spending like, oh, we spent 20 million to make this scene. And in this movie, they didn't. I think the whole movie budget is like 12 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And sure, it's still dollars. It's a lot of cash.
In the movie industry, that's not a lot of
But
money.
it's not a lot of money for a
no.
movie, yeah. And
I think Deadpool got like 9 or 11 million.
Yeah.
So it's like they had roughly the same budget, just so you know.
Only that Deadpool came later, so they like the people they used though.
Oh, yeah.
God damn,
exactly.
they were good.
But they had Tim Miller. And Tim
Yeah,
Miller
yeah.
is from like the genius 3D animation background. So, you know, he had pull. But yeah, Chronicle. Oh my God.
Yeah, shit. I was worried that the effects were going to be so bad.
Yeah. I mean, they don't hold up, you know, to today's standards. Again, it is 8 years old.
Yeah, but they like most of the effects are like the movie's sort of like filmed through the camera. Like one of the kids is always like filming.
Yeah.
Like he bought a camera, and then throughout the movie
He's constantly
recording everything.
Yeah.
So he's basically sort of Cloverfield, like whatever it's
Exactly.
called.
Yeah. The first Cloverfield.
The first Cloverfield, or you know, like the Blair Witch, where they have the camera going
Exactly.
around like
Yeah.
all the time. It's like that.
The handheld movie
and
thing.
but they do it so much better here.
Yeah, it really works. It really, really works.
And a lot of the effects you see through that fucking camera. So like, there's like some major things happening, like that would look so dick if you saw them up close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
see them through these like DVR camera or whatever the fuck it is.
So it's not just the one camera. If you haven't seen the movie and you're listening now, just so you know, it's like the movie has been cut together with pieces from different cameras, mainly the main protagonist's camera, but also from like security footage and stuff like that.
Like any camera that's like exactly on location, you like they go through them all like
Yeah. So like that's something that is sort of the one gripe for me, like now thinking about it, like who made the movie then and how the fuck did this come about? Because it's a found footage type of film, but it's cut together with like multiple cellular phone cameras or
but I'm thinking
stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm sort of thinking
you're just seeing
that,
it in the moment as it happens, I think. Like that's how you have to see the movie.
Yeah, but I'm also seeing it sort of like someone is trying to investigate what happened. So
And
they're
it's just
watching
going
the
through-
footage and they're like, okay, they were in that convenience store, and then you can see the footage from there, and then they sort of pieced it together,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like that could be something. Like now
Yeah.
that you mention it, it probably doesn't cover all that.
It's definitely
like, logic,
not a big
but
negative because
No.
we didn't like we
fuck,
haven't thought
loved
about it.
when we saw when you saw parts of the effects, you know, through the security cam,
Exactly.
like in the hospital.
And also the
stuff like
cool
that.
thing about that I noticed in
Yeah.
the hospital where you actually see the camera moving, like
Subtly,
the camera
yeah.
that he's using. Like
But should we just like go back to the beginning
Yeah.
and then just move our way forwards?
we do
like-
this every time we talk
Yeah,
about
but
movies.
last time, no, Blade we didn't.
We did
that was
chronologically the whole thing.
without going into the plot too
Yeah.
much. Like
Like we were so tired. We were
just skipped
we
through
just
But Chronicle is basically just to, like, for those who haven't seen it but still want to spoil it.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like you just put down the pen, pause it, and watch the fucking movie. Seriously, this one is worth it.
yeah, this is if I'm gonna vouch for anything we've ever recommended, this is it.
So should we say what kind of category it is first then? Like just a brief summary of
Like
thing.
the
In short, what it is for like I'm just visualizing Anna sitting here listening and she's like, would I really like this movie even if they say it's really good?
Okay,
know.
I would sell this movie sort of as Anna gets superpowers. Like the ordinary person, like you're just going on about your daily life. You're like dealing with, and these are teenagers, so
Yeah.
they're dealing with the normal shit, you know, like acne, like girls, you know,
Yeah.
bullying.
Last year in high school.
Exactly, last year in high school, and it's like, you know, like they're family situation. Like one is abused by his dad, like because he's a drunk, and his mother is sick. The other one has, you know, like he's a bit more popular and like the famous kid at school, you know, like, and he's like good grades and all that. And then there's the stoner popular guy that's also like
who's sort of just
yeah.
you know, he's anti everything, but not really.
No, it's just like that. You're trying to be like cooler or more important than you really are. But they're dealing
he
with,
nails that.
yeah,
role,
he
by
does
the
it
way.
super well. And basically, these kids get superpowers, but it's not that they're trying to be superheroes.
No,
They're just like they're not thinking that big. They're still like sort of like, oh, I have to do homework, you know, like or like. That's not something they put focus on here.
No.
But I'm just saying that
They're
they still
still-
have to
yeah.
do their, like, they still go to fucking school, you know, like.
they're still kids.
They're still kids, so they're thinking small. And, like, the beauty of this movie is, I don't remember it being this long, but for 50 minutes, it's just about building the characters and the relationship to each other.
before you even start seeing any of the like really
like,
big superhero
before
stuff
the plot sort of, like,
kicks off.
kicks off. But it's never boring.
No,
Like, you believe the relationship they're building, and there's bullying, and there's,
yeah,
you know,
it's
all
more
these...
of a real drama. Like,
Fuck, I like when the abuse and that stuff. Like, fuck, it's
Yeah.
not nice.
it's
like,
well made.
It's well made. Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, like you can
And-
really feel because, like Ilya said, one of the kids is very abused, but he's like really abused by everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Like he
he's
just doesn't.
he's just
get
one of
over
those
it, yeah.
guys that gets automatically bullied as soon as he steps into a room.
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
just gets picked on. It's so horribly sad to see, but they've done it perfectly. You know,
Just like when he's sitting in his room, he's just bought the camera. He like props it up above his computer, and then his dad like
bursts into his
bursts
room,
into the room.
smacks him in the head, and
Smacks him in the head,
motherfucker,
yeah.
you don't lock your door.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's like-
Exactly. And the build up to that scene as well, like because something happens just before that that is so like nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And then the kid goes to school, comes back home with the camera thing that we talked about, and then he gets like slapped. Like the dad has been holding that in all day,
All
like
day.
you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
And then smacks him down. And when the dad smacks him, it's like it's so. Like it's not like a choreographed slap in the face or anything.
No.
It's just like body weight, like going like
It's
you
real.
feel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fucking like a drunk would try to like
Exactly. Yeah.
abuse you, like push you or hit you. Like it's
Yeah.
just like terrible, and you feel it. And they've really sort of like nailed that.
Yeah.
And I think.
Do you think that's because of the handheld camera too, that you get it more
maybe? Yeah.
there? Like,
It
because
feels more honest. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like it doesn't feel like people acting.
no,
In that
exactly.
sense.
And like they said in the interview or whatever when we saw that aspect of the movie makes it feel like you're there with them, you know, like the fourth
Yeah.
person in the
Yeah,
group.
like holding the camera.
exactly.
basically, yeah.
You're behind that camera that's constantly with them.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know. It feels like that helps make it more real,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And again, because it's done in such a clever and good way,
Mm-hmm.
we're not like it's not focused on much. In the beginning, it's like everybody is questioning why he's
Why he has a camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
and
then-
he's so boring with the camera.
exactly. And
And
he doesn't do anything.
No, he's just like, this is my school. And he has this like boring voice as
Yeah.
well when he does it. And he's just like, you notice that it's someone grabbing a camera before YouTube basically.
Yeah.
And just like filming stuff. It's like basically how my dad films. Like just films like a mountain for a while. And you're like, that's not going to be fun to watch. Like you're not saying anything. You're not, it's just like
It's
the
just-
sound of the boat
Yeah.
to like from Italy. And you're just filming like the mountain. And it's just like, and that's like for 5 minutes. How is that interesting? You know, but it's basically this, but with poor narration.
Yeah.
And it has its charm because
Yeah.
you understand that this kid,
He's
don't-
going through some shit.
some shit. Yeah.
But that's the really interesting part about this movie as well. So, like he said, they eventually do get superpowers or powers, telekinetic gifts or whatever. It's so interesting because they're all very, very different people, and seeing how each individual starts using the powers or not using and that aspect of it is also so fucking awesome that they get this, unbreakable bond together, but then slowly but surely they break apart because,
it's so worth watching. Like I don't even want to talk about this movie.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Like,
the same almost.
Like I just.
But it has been homework.
No, it has been homework. I know. And but even with that, like I just don't feel like telling anyone about this movie.
No.
Like I just want you to experience it. Like oh fuck it, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna listen to the podcast. No, you should fucking watch it. Like I can't recommend this movie enough.
No.
Like you really,
it's a gem. It's one of those. I think, or I'm pretty sure a lot of people missed it. Like
I
when
think
it
so
came.
too. I think so too. Like there's just a few people that I know that have seen it, and anyone that I've sort of told like, oh, watch Chronicle, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't focus on. No one's trying to be a superhero.
Exactly.
No one's like that is the beauty of this movie. Like no one's like, oh, I got superpowers. Now I need to make a cape and like there's none of that.
No,
like,
no.
I don't even think they mention the word superhero in this movie. Like.
I think they
like,
do it maybe one time, like just as it's not like we're gonna be superheroes or like we are superheroes, something like that. Maybe, or it might just be me.
But what I'm saying is that they don't focus on that aspect,
not
and
at
that's
all.
what every fucking movie does. Even Kick-Ass, that I love, it's basically a superhero movie. Like
Yeah, it is.
And I just like that this movie isn't that. It's still those kids. They're still dealing with like kid shit.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was like all that like grown up when I was 16.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, you no.
Yeah. You just want to pat yourself on the
Yeah.
head a bit, like
Basically that, yeah. But thinking back and watching this and just thinking about the stupid things.
yeah, like what would we have done if we got the same powers?
And I think they nail it.
Yeah.
Like in this movie,
Yeah,
like the shit
I
that
think
they
so.
do, I'm just like I would have totally
Like
done
easily. Yeah.
that. A lot of those things I would have done, like definitely, because it's a great way to sort of explore your powers,
Yeah.
and they just go around, like.
Messing with people.
You're messing with people. And that is like, just do pranks to people with their powers. And it's still, again, here, like, it's not over the top where they, like, it's just like the right amount.
Yeah. I mean, it slowly escalates like it should in
Yeah,
a movie.
it should. Yeah,
but
of course.
never to the point where you go like, ugh, that's a bit too much.
Yeah.
No, it just feels like a good progression.
And it feels honest. That's, I think, what I like about it.
That's a good
and
word.
these kids, like, I haven't, like, except, what's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Like, except him, like, the others haven't done that much.
That's
that
not
I've seen.
really true.
No, but I've seen
What's
the
his
other
name?
guy, Dehan.
something.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what his name, but he
Very
did. What fuck was that movie called?
Valerian.
Valerian. Yeah.
I really like that movie though.
Ugh.
It's special. It is.
Yeah, no, but it feels like a cinematic to a like a
It's
game.
so beautiful. Such
But
a beautiful movie.
I really
Yeah.
didn't like it. I saw it at the cinema with Farhan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
No,
like
I watched it multiple times. But he's also the Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man.
that is the only good thing about that movie. It's his portrayal of the Goblin. It's fucking terrifying. No, but I mean, like, he's terrifying. Like, he's disgusting, and
Yeah.
like he's the dark Goblin. But yeah, they fail.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
is
really
horrible. Yeah,
But,
but I like that. Like, the still images from that movie.
Yeah.
he looks fucking mean.
Yeah,
as a
he does.
Goblin. And then
Yeah.
what happens in the movie, just ugh.
yes, very, very much. But I mean, he's still.
But Jamie Foxx is even worse in that movie. Just fuck me. That is.
But I mean, he's still a good actor, and
No,
I think
yeah,
he's
it doesn't
doing
have-
like he's doing stuff every once in a while. But then, like the stoner dude Matt,
Yeah.
he's
Unknown.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything, like ever.
Yeah, I don't recognize him at all.
No. All right, so. What else do we have to say about this movie now then?
Something that they did like awesome that I really enjoyed and that they mentioned in the interview is that as soon like they have telekinesis, they can move things with their minds, and they can fly. So they're exploring their powers like during the whole movie, and basically the first 50 minutes to 55 minutes is just that. Basically, they're doing their normal kid shit. plus exploring their powers and training, and their powers are basically like muscles, mental muscle. So the more they like sort of use their powers, the more and bigger and more power they can like use.
Conjure up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what happens with the camera from like somewhere like 40, 50 minutes in is that they can hold the camera, like this kid that has the camera can use it. So the camera just flies around them basically.
And
like,
it becomes this steady cam that's always floating
so
around.
Fucking,
Yeah.
it's such a nice way
genius.
to like do this like found footage sort of like movie.
Yeah.
But the camera can now be controlled, you know, telepathically. So it just like floats around them and it can like move like closer and zoom out steadily because it's, you know, it's so cool. And
the way they compared it to a PlayStation controller, like the way they would use the camera, and because people were questioning, like, well, how could they have that camera float around so easily and stuff? Well, today's kids use, just with their thumb, they manipulate a camera like that with every video game they play. So that's sort of how he manipulates the camera in the exact same way.
I think he says that as well. Like, I imagine I'm holding the camera
He does.
like that
Exactly.
and then moving it around.
Yeah. It's such a smart way to explain a power.
I love that as well.
And also how they fly. Like, they have to... So that looks a little bit wonky. Like, it doesn't look perfect.
I think that is the effect that bothered me the most.
Yeah. But it's also because we've had so many really good superhero movies
where they don't
after that one came out, because that was right in the beginning of the superhero era.
But you can see that they're hanging on, you know, like strings.
Yeah,
because they're always like moving in their harness, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
And it's so annoying that they can't just like stand still.
Exactly.
And then just have their like clothes move, so like you see them like
the wind
is like passing through their clothes, like they do in every other fucking movie. But then again, you think of like Justice League movie when Superman hovers, he looks like a fucking moron. It's like someone shoved a stick up his ass and just like, it was a green stick, so they could just like edit it out. But it's just like it's worse than Chronicle, and he stands still, you know.
But that's the thing. I've heard it's like one of the hardest things to get really good looking.
I get
you
that.
know.
I get that.
But
like,
know,
it's not
still,
big.
It works.
I think
we're critical. Like, we're really...
Because we really watched it with a critical eye.
Yeah, we're nitpicking the fuck out of this movie.
But it fucking, like, all in all, awesome. Because when they do, like, there's, like, a helicopter sort of, like, crashing. And they do exactly what we've been talking about. And we haven't seen this movie. So there was a lot of, like, I don't remember any of this shit.
Yeah.
But, like, there's this chopper coming down. And because they can't afford to animate them, so they look good. It's just like you see the helicopter for like a couple of seconds, then it just starts going out of frame.
Yeah, because, you know, it's at that stage somebody's filming with their phone.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just like holding the phone out, you know, in front of a car or that they're in. So it just passes through it's... God, I can't explain it because it's so geniusly done, but it's exactly what we've been talking about
just
for
because
latest...
we don't need to see the whole chopper like go down and break in half. And
it makes it more believable the less you see. Yeah. Like it hints to you see the helicopter and there's something wrong with it, and then all of a sudden it disappears and then like blows up. It just makes more sense.
And the first person sort of like approach to the whole end, where they like. You're seeing it, they're like stuck in a car that's being lifted. And imagine that you're stuck in a car and someone with like telekinetic powers just like pulls it up and you're just panicking and you're looking around. So the camera, like the first person view is like panicked and looking everywhere. But you can see like all the things flying in the air around you and the car is like moving and you're in the car panicked. And it's so good because you see like choppers crashing, this thing happening, you know. And you never say like, oh, that looks so fake, because you don't have time. You just like, you get like you just see instances, like short little like snippets of what's happening.
Yeah.
Without it being like shaky cam, you know, like it's still steady enough for you to follow.
Yeah.
but it just doesn't let your eyes rest on the bad effects
Exactly.
if they're bad.
Exactly. It's really removing that, we'd been talking about the whole putting too much emphasis on details in any type of drawing that you do. Like, you don't need the unnecessary details in the
Certain
eyes with
areas,
every certain, like every specific eyelash or whatever it is. That's what they did here perfectly. It's just like flies by
Fucking
the
love it.
frame,
Yeah.
zhunk, and it's like, wait, was that? And like you barely notice what it was, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And in the hospital, when they blow up one of the walls, like a big
That was
fucking
so
wall,
good.
it was like if they had filmed it normally, that would have looked so shit.
Yeah.
Because you would have just been able to see that it was fake.
Mm.
But instead, what they do is, since he's a felon, they have security cams in the hospital room, and you get to see it through this like fuzzy little like
Security camera.
the security
Yeah.
cam,
PVC camera.
and then suddenly the wall just like blows up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Again, just perfect. Like, yeah, both me and Elias were like jumping around in the fucking cinema
It
when
was
we saw
so
it.
good. Yeah,
Perfect.
like they really just
Yeah, it's so
used,
smart.
Yeah, they did it. Like a lot of those fucking CGI moments were so brilliantly made.
And it's such a nice tribute to Akira as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole third act of the movie really
basically
feels
that,
like
yeah.
just taken out of Akira when they
Kaneda!
yeah,
Tetsuo!
Kaneda.
No, it's fucking good. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. And it has that iconic like scene where, the main villain, just like when he sits and just like
Yeah.
talks about how like
He's more or less given up on humanity at that
he's
point.
just like his brain does not
and he just realizes that he is evolved.
he's
into-
like above these people.
Exactly.
So he
He
just-
compares people to insects pretty
Yeah.
much, and then just slowly crushes a car.
I remember
like-
seeing that in the trailer.
Yeah, that sold the movie.
Yeah,
that
that
sold
was it for
the
me as
movie.
well. I
It
was like,
just-
yep, that's the one.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only thing I remember from the trailer, actually.
Yeah. I don't remember anything else
No,
from the trailer.
No,
It's
and there,
that scene
like you said, there's so many things that I'd totally forgotten from this movie too. I don't know
that
how
made it
many
better.
years.
Like,
yeah.
I was
exactly.
like, was this?
It was
there?
worth waiting to rewatch this movie for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm so happy. That it was. I'm so happy that it was so good.
Yeah, and I'm so happy we got to do it too. Like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we love this movie so much, and we finally get to see a good movie together
yeah.
again. Because we always watch the shittiest shit.
Yeah. No, this was really good.
This was really, really good.
and I love how it surprised us. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah, continuously, it just kept popping up like better and better things.
and nice like build-ups that I missed the
Yeah.
first times I saw it, or like it's been a while, so I didn't even remember half of it.
Yeah,
But it was just like small little like things leading up to a thing.
yeah,
And it was just like, oh, that is so good. Like that thing is just brilliant.
yeah, and it never felt like it dragged on or anything.
Oh man, the pacing. I think this is one of the best paced movies
Yeah.
I've seen in
It
a while.
it gives itself the exact amount of time for everything.
yeah.
Really. Like even towards the end, it's a very big climactic scene and it's very, big powers and all that. But
Yeah.
the whole movie has been leading up to it and it is
Yeah.
right where it's supposed to be. And everything that happens just, in the third act towards where it really escalates is just the right sort of fuses to light to
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
blow into what it became, sort of.
But when I think about it, not a lot happens. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it's more the dramatic like effect rather than what's that? Like was it Infinity War Endgame? It's not that shit. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that
no.
over the top where like
No.
even in that movie, like you start seeing that they're stretching what CGI
Oh,
can
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like when the sky just like
Mm-hmm.
like I was like, oh, that looks terrible. Like and Marvel does most things awesomely.
Yeah.
Like even when they do it like poorly, you're just like it's just like good enough to
Exactly.
pass, and it's just for a short while.
Yeah.
Whereas in Endgame, like it was just too much CGI. Like all the characters were CGI. The implosion or the thing, the pulse was like it just like it's too much. In
Yeah,
this movie, they sort of like they I don't know, like they acknowledge their limitation, and then like every time they have to do something massive, they find a way to fucking cheat you.
Mm-hmm.
and leave you satisfied. You know what I mean? Like they find a cheat or like another way of presenting it so that it doesn't look crap.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, it was good.
So good. And I love to hear, because we did listen to a couple of interviews after the movie. I thought my Blu-ray had a lot of extra or extended material.
What the fuck?
It didn't. It was just, well, the movie was 2 movies in one. So you had the theatrical and the extended cut. So we watched the extended cut. But there was no interviews. There was no making of at all with this, which was really sad. So we watched a lot of YouTube stuff.
And there wasn't much on YouTube either.
No.
Like, what the fuck, people?
Why?
What happened 2012?
I don't know.
I was like,
People need to watch this movie.
fucking watch this movie.
We need to promote it. I thought I was going to say something that I totally forgot
About this movie?
about this movie. What was I going to say? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's awesome.
And I
Totally lost my train of thought.
I also like how what gave them their superpowers, they were like shared powers.
Yeah.
Like it was basically if Robert got injured, then my nose started to bleed because it was like a Highlander power basically in how it works. Like you cut off someone's head and then you become stronger.
Yeah, so
basically.
the power distributes through,
exactly.
through them.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So-
like they're a collective.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Because how the writer explained his idea behind the way they got their powers is basically like this, what was the word he used?
Some entity.
Some entity that when the Earth was still like magma, like forming into the planet.
Yeah, just volcano and
lava shit. Yeah, there was like no Earth. The surface of the Earth wasn't like there yet.
No.
There was these creatures that basically lived on like they pushed themselves like with electromagnetic something pulse or something through the lava, and these creatures were made of like crystal and. They were basically like when the Earth sort of like started growing like its outer shell, like the mass, these creatures like they stayed in the middle, like in the
they were always close to the center
the core,
of the Earth.
the core of the
the
Earth.
core.
And how they ate was basically they ate like other living creatures, but they were using some type of telekinetic thing to sort of like bring out like tendrils up to to dig a hole up to the surface. And then they usually just like
send out a signal.
a signal like some
or
type of radio signal or something, whatever the fuck they said.
Yeah.
And they would like bring little mammals and stuff, like usually fish because that's like a lot of surface is covered. So
water.
But this one entity sort of like reached the top of like it went up basically and called out, and 3 kids heard this call. And basically what was gonna happen to these kids, they were gonna be food for this entity.
Yeah. Well, they were actually going to collect food for this entity.
Yeah, first. And then it was
And
gonna
then it was
like
gonna feed
eat
on
them and whatever they collected for it to eat.
Yeah.
And what it does is that it throws something at them and makes them like a hive mind, basically, through telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with this creature was that it was damaged or like old.
It was dying.
It was
pretty much.
dying, basically. So in this like drone making process, it dies and they get to keep this.
But-
So they're connected. They're still sort of like drones to each other.
Yeah.
But I don't think like the controlling thing has disappeared though.
Yeah, because
So-
the thing died. The
Yeah.
brain died, and it just
In
left them with these
with the
telekinetic powers.
that like you don't get to see it a lot in the movies, like in the movie, but they are connected to each other and you get like some hints to it.
Exactly. And that's also such a good thing, that it doesn't over-explain every single thing.
But you don't
And
need it. Like it's clear
like the
enough.
writer said,
Yeah.
like he explained it, like if we had to sort of put that in the movie, they needed a scene where like some official were walking down a hallway with these kids,
Yeah.
really running them by the whole history of these ancient creatures and trying to, get all of that in like a few seconds. And that would just feel shoehorned into this movie. Instead, it's cooler that you don't really know what it is. And then it makes it even cooler when he explains it afterwards, and you're a fan of the movie, and you get that extra information afterwards. So when you told me today, because I didn't know, it blew my mind. I thought that was fucking awesome. It's such a new, cool take on the whole superhero thing, and it's something that you haven't really heard. And the whole movie is like that. It doesn't force you into like, oh, by the way, you need to know that this is this
exactly.
power. You know, no, it's like, if this movie was going to keep going on, like, who knows what other powers they might experience later on. Like, there's no limit here because it's all open-ended, and same with the characters. They're all open-ended. They could go each, like, whichever sort of direction they want.
Yeah.
Like, the one that you think is the superhero good guy could have just as easily gone the dark side road and started killing people. Like, that's the good thing about this movie. It's so real, genuine in a way.
But I love when they're talking about, like, oh, we could do anything, and blah, blah, blah. And then they're basically just talking about locations they could, like, live in or, like, move to. Or, you know, like...
because they can fly now, and they just want to travel the world and see stuff.
And it's not about saving people. It's not any of that shit.
They're egotistical bastards, like every other kid or person on this planet is.
But I love that. I love that their first idea isn't to save the fucking world.
No, like, they want to explore the powers, and they want to explore the world. And then slowly and surely they start realizing, well, fuck, we have these things. We have a responsibility to save sort of people, you know? And they learn that the hard way too. And it's like,
oh, man. It's so good. Like, I don't think we need to dive into those details, but this movie is, like, if you haven't seen it, even with what we've said so far, it's still worth watching. Like, even if you sort of, like, spoiled your way through it, it's still, like, I think you're still gonna enjoy it, because I saw it for the second fucking time, or not second time, but, you know, like, the first time I only saw it around the time it came out. Like, with, like, I saw it by myself, then I saw it with a friend, then I saw it with another friend, and then by myself, and then not in, you know, like, since it came out, like, in 8 years.
Yeah.
So, it was fucking, like, it was better than I remembered it. Like,
so much.
And I've talked about it, you know, with the excitement that I sort of, like, had back then.
Yeah.
But now I saw it again, and I noticed things that I totally didn't pick up on, like, on the first times I watched it, because I was maybe, like, too excited.
Or maybe we've just grown up a little bit more and started understanding other stuff, or you know, you see things in a different way. And we've done this so many times now that we start analyzing movies in a different way. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe. But it is, like, it's a fresh take on the superhero genre, where it's just, like, not about becoming super and saving people. It's about, like, having superpowers doesn't change your day-to-day problems. You know what I mean? Especially if you're, like, in school still and a kid. So it's really, really nice take. And I totally recommend that you turn this off and just, like, go listen to or, like, watch that movie. Because it is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
But then I want to ask you sort of like would you want to, like, because I would love a second Chronicle, but I think there is no way in the fucking world that they could repeat, like, that they could make a second movie and make it justice. Like, because I think they're going to have a higher budget, because this one was awesome.
People are expecting a sequel.
They're going to fill it with backstory, you know, to the powers or something that I'm going to hate. And they're going to not be able to pace it, and they're going to use that budget.
I don't know. I still want to be hopeful, because I love how it ends, and I can imagine the second one being sort of, you focus in on Matt, who we follow, like, he goes into
Matt Drawing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right?
At Instagram. And
Matthias Andersson art. Fuck.
So he goes into the temple thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe these monks know something that he doesn't know, or they know the history of these creatures, or they've, you know, maybe worked with them somehow, maybe even have some of the, like, the hive mind people, something, start exploring more of that world that you don't know, and it makes it a totally different movie, not focusing on what's happened at all in Chronicle, but just more of a, sequel that explains stuff to make it more of a prequel. Does that make sense? Like they
No.
tell the history of what's happened with the creatures that
I'm
gave
a bit
them the
worried.
powers.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that though. Like,
And then
where do you take it? Yeah, where do you
because-
take it? What happens with Matt? What would be Matt's?
because they are like, so maybe this creature was just one that was weak, but they're more powerful ones on their way up. And
yeah, but that's
they're-
what he said. The Landis guy,
Yeah, but maybe
Max Landis. Yeah.
maybe they're trying to take over the world.
Yeah, because
and-
that's what he said. That creature was killed by another one,
and then
canceled their so they kept their powers.
Yeah. and then because
But then
I
again,
think that
that's where my worry starts, because now we have these big crystalline creatures. Like, they weren't great in this one,
no,
like the one we saw.
because you only saw it like for a few seconds,
and I
that's-
think that is one of
that's
the
all
things
you
you
need.
saw them
Exactly.
fairly clearly, like
Yeah.
still through like the footage thing, but
yeah.
it was just too.
Yeah,
clear.
you're right. Because then you need like the big monster
Monsters,
fight
and I
or
don't want
something
those,
like. No,
like, I'd rather just, because I like that he said that, like, a lot of the UFO sightings and stuff like that have been through these creatures.
Exactly.
Like, people have been sort of like, I don't know, somehow these creatures have been the
been-
answer to like Area
cause
52 or
of- yeah.
whatever he said. That was like
Exactly.
these creatures causing something.
yeah,
Unintentionally, because they're very sort of like they're not like cognitive, or like they were just like moving around feeding
Exactly.
and then going
the
back
best
to-
example he did was the what was it called again? The Roanoke tribe. Like, so the legend is of this whole city that got sort of swallowed up. Like, all the people in the city just disappeared from the face
Oh.
of the earth. So you walk into a house and like they left their food was still on the stove or like on the table, people were eating. You could see that they left everything just in an instant, like they just disappeared. And this creature was supposedly like the cause of that. So it came up and just sucked in a whole
like just
civilization, pretty much, like a whole city
Yeah,
of
town, I
people
think he said,
just
like,
disappeared.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was such a great connection to me because I love that sort of
and
the
he said, like,
mythology of it.
imagine how it would look with like everyone being able to fly and
Yeah,
have
exactly.
superpowers. Like,
So like an
oh.
army of flying zombies, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's what he said, because they were still gonna be under
Connected
like
to
drones.
the-
Yeah, like
exactly.
to the creature. Yeah,
So yeah, that'd be interesting, but also
interesting, but yeah.
scary to like the point of being ridiculous.
Yeah, because when you saw like what he did with Fantastic Four, with like
Yeah.
it has that Chronicle feel.
it does.
but
He
the
tried to
effects
push it
are,
too much, I think.
Yeah, the effects are much bigger,
But it still
and
looked
they
bad.
look crap.
They
yeah,
look, they look so bad.
because in Chronicle, no one like goes up in flames, like the whole body, and
No.
stuff like that.
Or when they do, it's like you see it in a security camera.
Security
anyways.
camera, and
So
it
it's-
looks good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you see it from afar or something, where it's just like like in your
You
head,
believe it.
it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he doesn't have to show it with CGI, because that never looks good.
No. And apparently they used a lot of practical effects in this movie too, which is great. And that's always
Dude,
a
when
good.
the glass, when
Yeah.
they're learning to fly, like that has always been my dream, that I start flying and that the rocks on my feet,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
didn't they
That's
do
such
that
a
in a Superman movie as well, or
Yeah.
something? Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he's just like, and the rocks just like, and you feel like the weight of that, just like,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. That's yeah. It's the small little details like that that just puts this movie to like one of my top 10 favorites.
Yeah, dude, easily. And something I enjoy about this movie is that they never become good at fighting or anything like
No.
that. It's really
Throughout the
just
whole
like
thing.
they're fucking amateurs
They're brawling.
and their brawling is terrible. It's not like it connects, or it's like clumsy, and it looks dumb when he's like mugging those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. But I think that's how like, if you imagine what type of person he is and how he moves before the powers even,
Yeah. He doesn't
he
know.
just looks uncomfortable
Yeah.
in his own body. You know what I
Awkward.
mean? Awkward,
Yeah.
yeah. And the movements are all awkward. Like, he never looks cool fighting.
No.
It's just when he uses like telekinesis, that's awesome.
Yeah.
but like anything that has to do with him,
Like
sort of
physical
like
stuff.
physical,
Yeah.
like it just looks awkward. Even him walking on the rope, or like
Yeah.
just like everything looks awkward. Like it looks off,
Yeah.
and in a way where it's believable for me.
Exactly,
So that's why I kind
exactly.
of like the clumsy shit that they do, and he just lands like a moron. That's like it just works. I don't know. But that's it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, just watch it. I don't know. Are we putting out any more
Homework?
homework?
Oh shit! No, I didn't think about that. Let's take a break.
Because I have
Or
one.
Do you have one?
I do.
Oh well, then we no break.
I mentioned it earlier today, but just
Uno mas.
yeah. So this one, you're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna laugh at the movie, but this is more. It's balancing on the line of somewhere between really good and really bad, but it's The Phantom,
Oh shit! Oh my god!
or
no.
in Swedish, Fantomen,
Oh no!
with Billy Zane as the Phantom and Catherine Zeta-Jones
oh shit!
in one of
yeah,
her
she
first
was in-
roles, and a lot of other really cool actors.
Yeah.
Seriously, like I don't want to say too much about this movie because it surprised me.
Okay.
It really did. But we're gonna watch it,
okay.
and
Phantom.
yeah. And either I was way too baked, and it was one of the most amazing rides ever, or it is a good movie.
Okay. Yeah.
You will
okay.
see.
The Phantom.
The Phantom. Yes. So try to find that one. Have no idea where you could find it. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's.
I have
quickly.
I have it on DVD. So
Quick search.
we can definitely we can watch it
Is
together.
it called The Phantom
No.
or Phantom?
The DVD is in Swedish, so it just
fuck
says
it.
Fantomen. I'm pretty sure
I'm
it's
just
The
gonna
Phantom.
Billy Zane. That's what I love about Netflix. You can actually search for actors,
Mhm.
but it's not here. But it used to be.
It should
I
be.
remember it used to be here.
And remember, it's PH.
Yeah, PH, of course. Phantom. No. Okay, let's check the other one. Feels like HBO should have it. It's such a serious movie.
Mm-hmm.
Phantom. Oh, not Phantom. They have Nosferatu on.
There we go.
You can rent it.
The Phantom. Yeah.
Phantom.
From 1996.
Not on Viaplay. Why isn't it here? It's such a great movie. Super big comic when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's still put out to this day.
Sina? Do you know
Exactly.
anything about
Yep,
this?
yep.
Okay, no Phantom anywhere. Amazon? Probably not rentable in Sweden.
Did you check YouTube?
No, I didn't.
I'm checking.
Yeah, check YouTube.
I
And
checked.
I've checked every other fucking thing. Phantom. Okay, let me just add because of all the Amazon has such a huge library.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's also on Prime. So I can watch it. Watch now. Boom, motherfuckers. Amazon.
Awesome. Yeah. So both YouTube and Amazon Prime.
Oh,
have
it's
it.
not available in my location, but I
There
can
you go.
watch it.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I can't watch it, but
Oh.
it is available.
I'm not logged into YouTube, so maybe it's not available in all countries, but it should be.
Cool, Billy Zane. You look like a moron.
So yeah,
Cool.
The Phantom.
The Phantom.
That is the homework, people. So if if you just want to have a good, see it as a really fun mix of Indiana Jones and some sort of maybe superhero-ish thing.
But does the Phantom have a superpower though? Like he
Who
has
knows?
that Phantom ring.
We'll just have to see.
And I think one important thing to just take away when watching movies, like watch them for what they are rather for what you expect them or want them to be. I think that is
so well said.
Yeah,
Yes.
because when we watch stupid movies, like here
we
at
know
the-
they're stupid.
we know they're stupid,
Yeah.
and we watch them for because the cool thing about stupid movies is they do things that you do not expect. Whereas
Exactly.
like when you watch a Marvel movie, like up to a point, you can sort of predict what's gonna happen.
I'd
because
say
they
almost the whole movie.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and
It's after a couple of movies, you see that pattern. So easily.
yeah,
You know.
and with the stupid movies, like the person sort of directing them is so fucking clueless that, oh my god, the things they can do in movies. Like, oh my god, like Samurai Cop.
Yeah,
when he's
exactly.
talking to the nurse, she's like, "You want to fuck?" And you're like, "What?" and then and then she just like is mean to him when she says that, and then just like they're having this weird argument that I've never heard anyone ever have, you know, and then they just say weird shit to each other, and then this black guy laughs, you know, and then
and
it's
then-
scene, and you're like, what just happened?
Oh man.
It's so weird, but that is the beauty of shitty movies. Like that, they'll surprise you in ways you wouldn't.
But this
expect.
is why I want you to watch this one.
Yeah.
Because this is, like I said, I'm pretty sure it had a pretty high budget. Like,
Yeah, we
yeah.
need to watch that for next time. Fuck, no, I'm just
because
curious what the budget
it's
is.
a shitty movie, but made like with quality actors and sets and stuff. The only really, really shitty thing that I can say straight
Yeah.
off is the costume. Because he looks like such a fucking moron.
He's
like,
like the
it's-
human condom, Billy
yeah,
Zane,
pretty much.
with a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It looks so bad. And you can really tell how bad he felt wearing it, I think.
Like Green Lantern.
No, not even that bad.
No, wow.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to say more than
Okay,
that.
cool. Yeah, let's watch
The Phantom, we need to watch
The
it.
Phantom.
This is going to be epic. Oh, you just wait. Stuff will be said. Yeah.
And yeah, if you've listened this far, then it means you're an actual like real listener, and we love you for it. So if you have feedback, ideas about episodes or movies to watch, like contact us on Instagram or, you know, like hello@sketchbookheroes.com,
hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
because we love to hear from you.
Yes,
So
please. Like, it's been a while
it's been a while
since I read something from you.
because we don't check our mail.
No, exactly. I leave that to Elias.
Yeah, no, I check it. It's checklist.
Good. Yeah, with that said, I'm going home to
Yeah.
sleep, I think. Oh no, I need to draw a raccoon.
Raccoon.
It'll be quick.
Yeah, I'll try to draw on the train. I don't know if I'm going to draw on traditional digital. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Find out next week.
Yeah. On the next episode of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast.
Yes.
With
Thank
me,
you.
Elias.
And me, Robert.
Woohoo.
Woo-ha!
Bye-bye.
And the light went out.
They love